Welcome back to Anodyne 2 Return to Dust Part 2. We are going to continue where we left off. I believe we had we have two cards from last time. So let's get started. Okay. So we did the lampshade person and the worm last time. I'm going to start by just talking to some townsfolk. Shrew Rivers. When the fog descends into Cenote, and you look from here, the lake appears infinite as the horizon fades to fog. Feels like I'm right near the ocean. Like the little lake down there, or whatever it is. Really, Shelley, you know how I despise small talk. I much prefer to discuss the socio-cultural impacts of the current meteorological phenomena, which prevents the departure from Center City's Cenote. Shelley, so how about this dust storm we've been having? Sure some weather, huh? I was playing this last night, the next day morning, and I was trying to think about how to describe the writing in this game, and I'd like to say it's like playfully absurd is probably the way I would describe it. Whatever it is, it's quite fun. It's like video game-y, but it's not like a fully like old school video game writing. It's like influenced by it. Doppelpreciator. Don't you just love these beautiful white trees? Their pure, serene dignity reminds me of the ancient stone statues, which were never painted any gaudy colors. I don't know if you're aware, but I believe the ancient Greek and Roman statues were painted colors, and they're only purely white because of just the passage of time. Which I feel like the pure white Greek and Roman, the Greek statues are kind of like their calling card of their design in terms of how we think of them. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like with all those colors on it. Definitely a different impact, that's for sure. Covetous shopper. How shiny, how beautiful. Maybe one day I'll be able to save up for one of my own. Oh, how I long for a large glass window pane. Dolphia. I love toys. Wait, do I? I used to find them very exciting, but now I'm like, why do I have this garbage? I feel like we all feel that way about some items in our life. We used to have strong attachments to them, but then one day we're just like, why do I have this junk? Dolph Maud. The Jormungula fruits are looking fresh today, and how plump the green flippers are. These delightful produce makes me feel truly immersed in this fantastical world created by the center. I like these realistic fruit JPEGs as textures on the 3D model. Dolph Kid. Eek! Eek! Wah! I'm trying to find candy by echolocation. Moletuber. I make videos about video games, but it's hard. There's not just fame and rainbows. No one was watching my videos unless I made stuff about the latest Big World series installment. I just want to cover Small World, not Big World. I wish things were different. Me too, Moletuber. Me too. Elderly shopper. Prune crackers. Boy, the graphic design and product packaging sure has gone downhill since my day. It all just looks like a blur of colors. I'm sure if you played a game like this in the sort of like late 90s, early 2000s, you'd have been like, oh my god, those graphics. But, you know, these days, it's definitely, you know, this sort of blurry pictures blurry textures on top of the 3D models is like, it's definitely comforting in terms of like, you know, my personal nostalgia for it, but realistic is not a word I would say describes it. Those bricks look quite nice. Who is this person? What a uncomfortable looking creature. Nova walks up to the strange figure by the clock. The figure quivers strangely, licking the air. Are they hungry, Nova wonders? They appear to have a sort of hunger that Nova has never seen before, something that Nova ought not to see. You know, personally, I would have liked not to see this thing either, but she curls her toes inside of her shoes as the figure turns to meet her gaze. Gustine Papillum, come here, sweet one. Let me taste you. The smooth curvature of your mask, the lightly dusted tread of your boots, the metallic tang of the silver ring upon your back. Ee-hee-hee, my tongue quivers with anticipation. Does Nova have... I guess Nova does have a silver ring on her back. I never really noticed that. No, I must resist the dust. It fills my mind day and night. I fantasize all about the delectable flavors around me. Once my skin was smooth, now every edge is sensitive to taste, longing for flavor. Is this entire being like a tongue? Because that's crazy. Gustine Papillon, this tongue-skinned creature, yeah, I guess there we go, gazes pleadingly at Nova. Their beady, desperate little eyes begin to water. Nova's stomach turns, but she begins to feel strength and determination. She has a job to do. Nano Cleaner, help me, Gustine says quietly. You must make me clean again, free from the prison of my own desires. The air is thick with the presence of nanodust. Nova, spark this being, forge a connection. Clean them and change your fate. Shriek forth, Nano Cleaner Nova. So I guess this being is a hedonist. Ugh, the texture is disgusting. So we have, you know, gluttony, hedonism. We have the like hoarding guy from the first one, and then the worms. I guess you could say the worms as like familial problems is sort of like the metaphorical new title. Memoirs of Aguisia, a disease of the skin threatens to overwhelm the inhibitions of its host. Gustine Papillon. But anyways, what I was saying is, this game feels, you know, quite metaphorical. So, you know, the lampshade person, you know, is like, you know, hoarding and holding on to possessions too long, and sort of like his struggle. And the worm family, I guess, is like maybe like familial problems, I guess. That one's a little harder to pin down. This person is clearly like gluttony, hedonism. Like this is sort of like what the dust I feel represents, like in each of these sort of scenarios. I mean, this game is obviously quite, you know, abstract, so you know, there's plenty of room for interpretation however you see it. These little like worm mechanics are or like tongue things. It's like, I always found this to be an interesting sort of use of the vacuum cleaner. Taste Nakaba. Sheesh, Nova, come here. Let me taste that metallic helmet of yours. Ooh, no. Let me just help myself then. Yes. I do not consent, Mr. Taste Nakaba. Yeah, so the gimmick of this one is to just inhale the tongue and shoot out. If memory serves, I think this is like my favorite sort of dungeon, for lack of a better word, of the first section of the game. I think it's a really clever use of the kit that Nova has. Taste Comrade. Ooh, Nano Clear. Nothing wrong with a few licks, yes? Come on, don't ruin the fun. Let me taste your soup. I'll enter a new kingdom of sensory experience. Ooh. There we go. Again, loving this pixel art for sure. So I guess we gotta lead the spike into the tongue. Some other stray thoughts after sleeping on it is that I remember quite enjoying the beginning of this game when I first played it, but on sort of a second playthrough, I would say the beginning maybe drags on a little longer than it needs to. I am also the type of player to talk to literally every character, so that may also impact it, and this game has quite a bit of dialogue for sure. Which I don't mind. I really like games, especially when the writing is, clever, interesting, or does something unique. But definitely something to think about for sure. I mean, I do want to say I really do like this game a lot, but I'm just trying to. This is for Game Club, so I'm just trying to think. Both the things I like and don't like, just kind of, what are some stray thoughts I have on the second playthrough? Taste friend. Ooh, yes, look at all my ears, yes. They've been working up a sweat all day. Ooh, the saltiness and the sweetness, isn't it divine? Liquid. Wow. Wow, taste friend. I love when the characters are unhinged and they just like vibrate like this. Like, are you okay, taste friend? Taste companion. I'm licking the concrete to remind me of the cities of my past loves. The taste brings it all back. You should try it too. Don't be shy. I do not judge. You don't judge, Taste Companion, but I might judge a little bit. The key. Another one of these boss creatures. Nano Assassin. Nova! Ooh, cough! Come here! Cough, cough! Let me destroy you! Okay. This boss I feel like you can definitely cheese. For maybe those who don't play as many games, cheese is to like exploit through an unintended strategy. Nano Assassin. Oh no, Nano Clear. That was real good, but you must be stopped. I think maybe the intention here was to like use this tongue and to have the tongue like hit the creature, but I mean when you have all these blocks here, and maybe that proved to be too difficult, but also I just want to appreciate this background. I was thinking about it earlier, but I was trying to find a spot to comment on it. Is that, I mean, the like pixelated gradient is really nice. Like, what are those like mechanical eyeball structures with like cables tied to them? Like the little like taste companions flying in the background. Like, wow. I mean, I really love that gradient. The gradient looks so nice. That like blue to sort of like orangish pink color. Like, I'm really curious how they did it. Did they like paint it high res and like downscale it? Like, I don't know, because doing that by hand is crazy work. Like that, it just blends so nicely. We have the dust crystal here. Also, like every person has a unique like pixelated tile set. That's also awesome. Gustine Paplo. When I was young, Nova, the world was bright and delicious. I loved nothing more than to eat and taste and be satisfied. But as I grew, the magic of my tongue began to fade. Food felt like sand upon my tongue. Life became dull and gray. Then the dust came. I could feel its writhing, unruly power growing inside of me. My sense of taste returned, more vibrant than ever before. Red bumps slowly began to appear upon my skin, but I ignored them, delighting in the wonderful flavors the world had to offer. I was a fool to fight against the wisdom of the center, to gratify my base desires by giving into the dust. I lost control and became a monster. Thank you, Nova, for giving me another chance. So it's like senses being like dulled through the vacuuming of the dust. Nova feels the Glandalk seed pulsating inside of her. It channels the center's power, transforming the deadly dust crystal into a card. Center City Cenote. Oh my gosh, Nova. Palisade. Ah, Nova. Palisade floats to Nova, gently picks her up and begins to cradle Nova in her arms. ... It's going to be okay, darling. You're working so hard and doing such a good job. Maybe a trip outside the city will do you some good. The air is fresh out there. Well, it will be soon once the dust storm is cleared. Later in the center sanctuary, Sea Psalmist. I don't understand what you're saying, Palisade. Do you think that the center is wrong? That we should give in to the dust and let it overtake Newfoundland? Palisade. No, of course not. It's just Nova. She shouldn't have to shoulder such a burden all by herself. Sea Psalmist. Nova is the only one who can do this. It is the purpose of her creation. We're here to help her. At the end of the day, she must keep cleaning or all will be lost. We'll have to make sacrifices for the greater good. Do you understand, Palisade? Palisade. I think I do understand. Yeah. So, it seems like these nanoclings are kind of doing a number on Nova. Oh my god, can I climb this? Oh my god, you can't. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I love exploring areas of video games that like you feel like you shouldn't be able to get to. It's very cool. Also, a nice view of Center City Cenote. Oh my gosh, look at that dust storm. I like the little swirling pattern. Also, these like vines on the interior of this like canyon. I'm not sure what we would call this space, but this place is like a city, but it doesn't really like feel like a city. I mean, it feels like a place for sure. Like there's people and like homes, and they have things to talk about for sure. But it doesn't really like. There's something about this place being a city. Like I don't know. It's just kind of off a little bit. Average boy. Welcome to part 2 of the Cenote tour. This is Cenote Lake. As a mysterious effect of anyone who dives into it will work back where they were a few seconds ago. To this day, it is the only known trigger for teleportation phenomenon in Cenote. Truly a testimony to the vicious cycles of living. We can't escape our past. It'll always haunt us. By the way, by the by. Oh, it was not by the way. Have you seen my brother? I last saw him around the market, but he's easy to lose track of. Maybe? Let's try it out. I love this in-world contextualization of video game respawn mechanics. I think it's fun when games try to like turn their gamey elements into something that like actually exists in the context of their world. Construction worker. There's some big angry person up on the construction site. Let me tell you, people have got no respect for the sanctity of the construction site. Look at the treatment of construction sites in the media. Just a backdrop to get used and abused in an explosive action sequence. Listen, just because construction sites are unfinished buildings doesn't mean they're disposable. How would you like it if a construction scene performed an explosive action sequence inside of you? Never really thought about it that way. What are they even trying to build here? Like, there's a skeleton, there's cones and like scaffolding, I don't know what you'd call these, but metallic scaffolding poles, concrete foundational pieces, like I feel like those like traffic cone tops, you should be able to platform on them, but I'm not sure. But who is this individual? Bran Maligden. Why would you come here to my hideaway? You're trying to stoke my rage and turn me to a disgusting monster. That's on you, Bran Maligden. I can't control how you react. I'm just here. Why are you still standing here, Nano Cleaner? Did you come here to gawk? Go away. The heaving beast, Bran Maligden, screams at Nova, but screaming is not enough. She stomps the platform and pounds her fist, rattling the skeletal structure around her. Nova stands frozen in terror. Is she going about this nano-cleaning business all wrong? Nova feels ashamed for making Bran so angry, for not approaching more tactfully. She wonders if maybe the Center was wrong to trust her with such an important task. Suddenly, crash. A slab of concrete falls from above, breaking into pieces across the creature's head. You think that's pretty funny, don't you? Bran screams. Ding dong, the Wicked Witch is crushed. Ah! I got what I deserved, that's what you're thinking. Nova can't imagine anything less funny than Bran Maligden's pain. But maybe Bran can see something about Nova that she herself cannot. Perhaps there is an ugliness inside of Nova that she has not yet learned to recognize. I need help, Bran Maligden says, suddenly quietly. Please clean me. They are as thick as President Thanos, Nova, Sparkless Being, and Forge a Connection. Clean them and change their fate. Shrink forth, cleaning Nova. Bran Maligden has some things to work through, that's for sure. It seems like they're quite untrusting of others. Like they assume that the worst in other people. So it's like the dust inside of them is sort of like their inability or unwillingness to connect. Their sort of like guarded sense of self. It's at least how I'm seeing it now. Also, new tunnel. Infernal bleeding. A barbed tower has risen above the lava-soaked gutscape, painfully piercing its host. Okay. Ooh, we've got a fiery creature here. Oh, it hurts me. I guess that makes sense. So this is sort of like a lava themed. I guess there's some elements of construction through the like ribbed cage, barbed. I guess I'm curious, like, why a construction site was chosen for this sort of like feeling person of insecurity. Like the lava makes sense because that's like kind of their anger that they're harboring, but keep looking this way. Try me. Yeah, I think I won't. Oh yeah, and the other thing is I used that like squeaky clean creature to like cool down the like angry creature over there. I kind of just kind of skimmed over that. Oh, okay, so that catches things on fire. And that shoots, so maybe I need to... Ah! It's a clever little puzzle. Okay. There we go. Got something to say? Arg, no matter how many of those slimes I kill, that gate never opens. I want to set those annoying blobs ablaze. Melt them down to a thick jam, spread them on my toast. No, then, why won't that gate open? Okay, that seems like a hint. I'm guessing we gotta catch these things on fire. Oh, yeah. There we go. This gate hates slimes, but it doesn't want to see them die. This wants to catch them on fire. Which might arguably be a fate worse than death. Another key. I would definitely want to not die by fire. That would not be fun. What are you looking at, vacuum girl? Think I'm being unreasonable, huh? Think I'm getting too upset? Yeah, well, maybe if someone stopped slacking off and did their job, maybe I wouldn't be angry. Ever think of that? Vac hack? I'm doing my best here. Brand Maligdan, like, calm down. Give me a chance. Fires? Yeah? Expecting me to calm down with this dust floating around? Dust, Nova. That's the problem. Clean it. Do better. Gosh. Alright. Can a vacuum cleaner... Can a nano cleaner catch a break? So I'm guessing since I got rid of the flame creature, we can get rid of the flames here. With that bubbly slime. Get the dust. gate. We also got that thing that probably needs to catch on fire. There we go. Oh, there's no bubble slime to calm this thing down. Wanted the dust, you know. Nano assassin. Cough hack Nova will be stopped. Engaging cough. Incineration protocol. Oh, I am nailing these shots. Stop, can't move. Mission failed. Game over. Cough. Man, these nano assassins are getting cooked. Oh, it looks like we're back at the what looks to be the starting area, but I guess it's not. It just looks similar. Oh, so the glandulac seed eyes do open when you get to the dust crystal. Alright. Brand malignant. Where did the anger begin? It's impossible to say, but if the dust had not arrived, I would never have reached this point, drowning in my own rage, like a soft buzzing sound or a faint red light, slowly growing in intensity. I was hardly aware of what was happening until it was too late. Then I felt like there was nothing I could do but scream and shake. I became so foul and ugly in my rage. Thank you, Nova, for helping me find peace. Nova feels the glandulac seed pulsating inside of her and channels the center's power, transforming the deadly dust crystal into a card. Nice. I think that would be 4 cards now. I do want to see... There was like discussion of a Cenote tour. We saw 2 of the people. But I'd love to see if I could find the other tour people. Nova's stomach lurches as she flings herself out of nanoscale. That's what it is, she thinks to herself. The transition has been making me queasy. But this time, she doesn't let herself fall to her knees. She hates to see Palisade looking so worried, even if it did feel nice when Palisade cradled her. Some water. Hello, darling Nova. Now you have 4 cards. Please return to Center Sanctuary to upgrade the Dust Prism. You have something to say? Huh? Why was I angry? I don't understand why you're asking me that. With a dust god, I am no longer so disgusting and full of bitter rage. Oh, you can go behind here. That's kind of cool. There's much though. That is the big boy. Actually, did I miss something over there? I think I saw a pathway I could have gone to. Oh, no, just over here. Talk to that person. Talk to the people at the shop. Oh my gosh. These platforms. the dog. So I have talked to these people. I talked to this person. Shrew Rivers. But I know it's not there. There's no smell of the sea, I have to imagine. I suppose a glimpse of beauty is better than nothing. When the fog descends into Cenote, and you look from here, the lake appears infinite as the horizon fades to fog. It feels like I'm near the ocean. But I know it's not there. Oh, okay. Oh, get this. I heard that even after you clean the dust from someone, you can still shrink into them again if you need more dust. What's that? I know too much and it's weirding you out? That's because I'm your #1 fan, Nova. What? More tips? Well, okay. If you're having trouble, you can open the settings section in the pause menu to change difficulty options. Well, that's what this blog post said about you, at least. Oh, see that egg thing over to my right? You can save your game with it. Also, in the pause menu, you can read about the items and cards you have. The map also marks your position. Thank you, Dolphin. Read those later. Well, I ran out of useful tips, so here's a life tip. Don't toast your bread. Try microwaving it for 10 seconds. Life will never be the same. That's the elevator guy. What about these people? Amethea. Oh, are you Nova, the nanocleaner saving the world from the nanodust? Silico. Amethea, who are you talking to? Nova, you're the nanocleaner. I think my daddy's starstruck. I believe in you, I really do. Daddy, look, she's the nanocleaner. She can save anything. Maybe. That's enough, Amethea. We can't keep putting our personal worries on her. I'm sure she's very busy. I saw part 2 and part 3 of the tour. There's gotta be part 1 somewhere. Oh well. It's not that important. Alright, let's use the cards. This song feels like it should be calming, but it's like very off-putting in many ways. Nova, your mission is to search the city for the people who need a cleaning, collect the dust and cards inside it, and then deposit the resources. You're going to do an amazing job. Okay, I know that. Alright, I think this one's the card one. It looks like cards. The dust prism allows the nanodust you collect to blossom safely. Once it has blossomed, the clouds of the dust can be recycled into energy by the center. Unfortunately, the dust prism was weakened by a great storm and cannot hold the capacity of nanodust. That was before your time, little munchkin. Please correct rare cards to reinforce the dust prism. I don't believe Palisade is not mommy. calling us munchkin. Sea Psalmist is definitely a caretaker or guide, I will say that. Console. Welcome to the Prism Reinforcement Device, NanoCleaner Nova. Please insert the cards you've collected so that the dust prism may be expanded. Wonderful, Nova. You have enough cards to upgrade the dust prism. Let us begin the upgrade process. Congratulations, Nova. You've reinforced the dust prism and increased its capacity by 50 units. Continue the good work. Now, if memory serves, this is really where the game, like once we add the dust, this is where the game really opens up a lot more. It's been pretty linear up until this point, but once you get out of here, there's a lot more you can just like freely explore, which is part I really like about this game. Greetings, Cenote Nova. Welcome to the desktop point. Okay, blah blah blah. Oh yeah. I like the purple of the dust in this container. Amazing, Palisade. Amazing, Nova. The center now has enough dust in order to clear the storm. Come and speak to Sea Psalmist tonight. You got it, boss. Alright. Amazing, Nova. You've reinforced the prison with cars and deposited enough dust to clear the storm. Also, your canister can now hold 90 units. Oh, nice. Sea Psalmist. Nano Cleaner Nova, you bring this fallen world ever closer to its most perfect state, an unadulterated connection with its own identity, with its own center. Sea Psalmist sings. Blessed are those who walk along the path of their creation, who radiate cleanliness from the center, as light is cast from a flame. The fool says, I am the center. They are like an arrogant flower, sprouting early to mock the winter's cold. The wicked shall wither before they blossom, their machinations crumbling to dust. But the righteous bloom in season, the work of their hands is blessed, their radiance is joy to the ones they love, their leaves a comfort and a shade. Sea Psalmist, what a wonderful thing to be chosen. Nova, look, the dust you've deposited is being used by the center, and the dust storm is beginning to clear. There we go. Nova, the elevator to the surface is ready. The world requests that you explore and bear yet more cards and dust to its heart. The center. Go forth. Let me reread that. Nova, the elevator to the surface is ready. The world requests that you explore and bear yet more cards and dust to its heart. The center. Go forth in peace and clean. So I guess, like, a lot of these things in the game are, metaphorical or representational. I guess the center sort of, like, I guess you could say the center is sort of like a god-like figure almost. Like, it feels like. And Palisade is definitely like the side. Let me read this first and I'll continue the thought. Nova presses the console and it lights up doors. Next stop, the Blue Veil. Blue Veil Center. Oh, we've got a new place. So Palisade is like, the comforting, loving mother figure where, they say they're caretakers or guides, but clearly they want you to think of them like motherly figures. And it's like she's the nurturing, loving, caring one, the one that wants the best for you, the one that, sort of almost coddles you. Whereas like Sea Psalmist is very much like a motherly parental figure that sort of like, pushes you, that wants you to sort of like be the best version of you are through, sort of strength and determination is kind of the way I see it. And like maybe sometimes in even in the negative sense of like sort of even pushing yourself to exhaustion, as we see Nova regularly collapse in the process of doing these sort of nano cleanings. And the center, I guess if we're going to go with this sort of like religious metaphor, I'm sure there's other ways you could interpret the center too, but like the center, like they're all pushing you to like continue your, like, I guess you were really born and then were like then told from the moment of your birth to then pursue the center, pursue its causes, pursue its desires. And so far, it seems like it's been helping folks, but also it seems to be hurting you. Um, yeah, I mean, I love to continue to analyze this as we go on, but now we're in Blue Vale. Um, you can see the whole Center City Cenote down there, which is pretty cool. I like the choice to make the world slightly overcast on the surface. Like, you've got blue skies, but it's like the feeling of it's about to rain, but it's like not quite raining yet, but it's getting close. But now we've got the critical decision: do we go left or right? Let me deposit whatever dust I've got, just so I have an empty tank. Let's go left. Oh, hey, Palisade. Nova. I know we just talked in Center Sanctuary, but I need to tell you something. I'm going away for a while. There's something I need to do. I won't be able to check in on you as often. Please know that you're always in my heart. Do you remember the nano creature attacked you after you were born? I channeled the power of a card then to create an invincible barrier. Nova, I'd like you to have my card now. Keep it close and don't use it to reinforce the prism. It may protect you from all harm, even when I'm far away. Nova received the Palisade card. Okay, I love you, sweetheart. I'll be in touch as soon as I am able. Bye for now. Oh, that's a sweet gesture. Okay, so let's go left. I see a save point here. Actually, maybe before we go further, let's look at the cards. A special protective card given by Palisade for use in a time of need. Gustine Papillon. Much of what we perceive as taste is actually olfactory in nature. Perhaps now I can fully appreciate the smellscape of Newfoundland. Or will that also function as a gateway to depravity? Great Guam. As a Yager, I am a proud practitioner of cold reading. It is like hot yoga, but more intellectual. I guess now with the context of what we saw after setting the cards, you know, Great Guam found their purpose, or I guess her purpose, from, you know, the gambling habits of birds and like cold reading, and so like maybe Great Guam's like thematic tie through sort of family is like getting in touch with her spiritual purpose is maybe a way you could interpret, you know, that scenario. Mysteria Wazel. The body is like a lampshade. Our true light is constrained and dimmed by our physical forms, yet these same forms allow us to look at and touch each other. Life is a cruel joke. Brand Malignant. True peace comes from within. It is foolish to ask the world around you to change to suit your desires. The only thing you control is your own feelings. You know, I said that earlier, but now I have some feelings about after Brand Malignant's card says that. You know, I guess we are, you know, we do have control of our own feelings, but we're also, you know, shaped and molded by the world around us too. You know, it's sort of a interstitial connection between the two. Inventory, we've got the Centerberry Burst cereal. With this cereal, a Glandulox seed will have all the carbs it needs to make a home in Nova's head. With this, yolk milk. With this, a Glandulox seed will have the center-approved nutrients needed to spread far and wide inside of Nova's head. It's interesting that it called this in the yolk government-approved nutrients. So I was saying this is a religious metaphor, but we could say that like maybe this is the center is sort of like a state of some sort as well, like an authoritarian state almost. It feels very controlling, at least from what I can tell. You know, there's definitely some unsettling undertones, that's for sure. Reguloid Personal Edition. The Reguloid will adapt Nova's head into the perfect environment for a thriving glandular seed. Nanovacuum Model A Pro 60. The latest valid model of Nanovacuum with a default canister capacity of 60 dust units. There are etchings on it saying state of the art or something about 4 easy monthly payments. Mint Green Lamp. A mint green lamp with retro frills from Mysteria Weasel, a fake based on a more prestigious model. It does not smell like mint. Glandular seed. The glandular seed has grown tendrils deep into Nova's head so that the center may directly communicate with and even channel its power to Nova at certain times. Onwards we go. I do love this car so much. Like, they could have made fast travel, but I'm kind of glad that, you know, we could just move around the world in a different way than we normally do, just for fun, you know. It doesn't really do anything beyond just giving us a way to interact with the space. Oh, I totally forgot to say the name of the environment, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll come up again. We're in this like foresty area. I guess it's a circle. Oh. What is down there? Hello? Oh, I can spark it? Okay. Successfully saved. We're under the lake in this rocky formation. A lot of like vines. It's giving like Donkey Kong Country 2, like Bramble Forest vibes. You know that Bramble level in Donkey Kong Country 2 where it's kind of that like abstract background with the brambles and the cannons and stuff. Maple A. Ho ho, welcome to the fan cave. We study the work of the Tree Master. Today we're showing a gallery of our members' finest trees. That large tree was done by none other than the club leader, Iwasaki. The detailing is divine. When I drift to sleep, I wonder if I'll ever reach that level of skill. Sigh. U.S. You there. You haven't seen a man by the name of Tree Master, have you? We organized a tree sculpture in hopes he, the world's finest tree sculptor, would show up and offer his advice, but he hasn't showed up. Perhaps we need to do better. Yes, we must work harder. Oak B. When I joined this club for tree sculptures, I didn't expect people would be so skilled. Ever meet someone who's so into a hobby that you lose all motivation at getting better? Maybe I'll stick to being second rate and find my own style of expression. You know what, Oak B, that's a good way of thinking of things. You know, I feel like that kind of communicates my relationship with art, where I feel like for a lot of times I have always wanted to be like great at art, but you know, I've come with time, you know, it's been a hobby of mine to sort of like find my peace with just being sort of okay, just okay, but like finding my own voice through my own form of illustration. And I think that's something we all go through when there's something we like want to get good at and want to, you know, try hard and be our best. And, you know, I think that's okay, but, you know, it does come with its own drawbacks. And I think being willing to, you know, build a healthier relationship with your craft, whatever that may be, is always good. Magic Bee. The Tree Master always says, look into the eyes of a potential patron with confidence. Show them that I must buy your work. But what am I supposed to do when there's no one to look at my work? also a challenging feeling. So I guess the theme here is like your relationship with your art or your work or your craft. Like there is this, beloved tree master that they all seem to like idolize, but they're all trying to like figure out how they feel about their own work in relation to the tree master and themselves. Willow C. I just joined the club. I'm still too nervous to touch a pair of shears. Besides, I haven't finished watching the 80 video training course. Too real. Oh my gosh. I've been that way with game dev. I've been trying to like make my own games, and there's just this like constant churn of like watching video tutorials rather than just doing. And just kind of being okay with being messy. But also, okay, are these like cans? Like, what are we on? Like, there is tray, tree, cobble, trace, ocean? Like, some foreign language, maybe I'm guessing references to trees, because there's like sort of tree sprouts here, but just trying to understand where we are contextually. I'm guessing this large figure is the tree master. At the center of the garden cave, Noah sees someone gesturing strangely at a tree. What was he doing? Saying a prayer? The person's murmur began to crescendo. Iwasaki Itomo. Oh, great tree master, sculptor of arboreal stylist of leaves and branches. Hear the cries of your official fan cave. We study the art of tree sculpting so that we may connect with Newfoundland and honor your accomplishments. The man's cries echo through the cave. Nothing I ever do makes the Tree Master turn my way. I've led the official Tree Master fan cave for years, analyzing and disseminating his techniques for the cave members. But we've never gotten an official response for him, no matter how many letters we sent. Why doesn't he care about us? Nova, the nanodust, it must be responsible. I can't find any solutions. My mind is a forest and I've lost my way. Please help me achieve clarity. Fix me. Oh, buddy. Tree Master might be doing his own thing, I mean, it's good to look towards inspiration in people, but tone it down just a little bit. Nova wonders if this man really needs cleaning, but it seems best to comply. After all, any nanodust would be a danger to Newfoundland. The air is thick with the presence of nanodust. Nova, spark this being and forge a connection. Clean them and change their fate. Drink forth, Neo-Cleaner Nova. Okay, so it's getting close to an hour, so I think what I'll do is I'll spark this guy. I'll do the little, sequence. I'll save the game and we'll call it for part 2, so... I guess we've got a new highway. Now we're out in the real world. Now, Nova will face black colored crystals. Make sure you're not activating Nova's shield when you run into a black colored crystal. So don't hold anything down. Getting a little trickier. In the beginning they said to feel the colors. It really does feel that way. I do feel like when I see them, I'm not really looking at the inputs. I'm more just feeling out what I need to do, and it kind of just works out. Ooh, a new title. Very brambly. Enduring laborious. In a frigid hellscape, loving fans discipline their minds and bodies. Iwasaki Antimon. Ooh, it's quite of a snowy space. Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna call it. Thank you for watching my playthrough of Anodyne 2, Return to Dust. Part 2. In the next part, we will go through Iwasaki Antimon and see what's going on with him in the tree club. All right.